Welcome back. Each and Everything is a one-man show that takes a look at how people experience the world when they have a digital connection to TV, the internet, and social media in their pocket at all times.
It's like this book says, the performance of connection has become connection enough. Sorry, what were you saying?
Called a hit since its world premiere in San Francisco, the show is premiering tonight at the Marsh in Berkeley by actor and playwright Dan Hoyle, and we're lucky enough to have Dan join us live this morning right here in studio. Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you,
this thing just took off, a lot of success. How do we stay human, Dan?
Well, I think part of it is about finding some time in our everyday lives, you know. I tell people, like, you know, I'm not saying throw away your phone. I'm saying turn it off for an hour after I leave the show. That's my challenge.
Well, because I noticed you said the power of the screens is so strong. It's a daily battle for everyone. I mean, we, along with other people, you have to use it for work, right? For teenagers, I have 2 teenagers. It's how they communicate. But I also see that it seems to lead to a lot of depression and anxiety. I'm wondering it's because when you're looking online, everyone's life is fabulous, right? Yeah. We should maybe post, this is what I'm really doing today.
It's funny, there's a moment in the show where I'm saying, you know, oh my gosh, all this influx of information, you know. I asked my friend who's the soul of the show, you know, how do you stay human? And he says, man, I just look at my cat and that blows my mind every time.
Well, you know, my wife and I get into lively discussions that I'm on my phone too much. So what I started to do is most of the time when I'm on my phone, I'm reading something. So I started to I still like reading, I just read a book. And that has seemed to, because since I'm not on my phone, it seems to make everyone else feel better. Oh, he's not on his phone, but I'm still kind of not paying attention. Does that count?
Yes, definitely. You know, it's funny because I have a two-year-old son. And so I sometimes try to tell him, like, okay, you know, I'm asking mom what I should get at the grocery store, and then I'm going to put my phone away or something. Like, but it's hard. I mean, it's exciting, you know. The endorphins get going, you know, what's the latest tweets? And right now, at times, it feels like politically necessary to be glued to our phones. So it's a weird new moment right now.
This type of theater you do, I'm just curious. I mean, it works for you. Why?
Well,
because you've been doing it, what, 15 years, I guess, since your first one-man show?
Yeah. You know, and part of what the show is about is how I started to get into this stuff, you know. And I was just graduating college in Chicago in 2003, and actually didn't have internet in my apartment, and I was bored. So I had to go out onto the street and make friends, and I was living in a neighborhood where there's a lot of street hustlers, and so I went up to them and I said, you know, hey, can I do a story? I want to do a play about you. And they were kind of like, are you crazy? But then they said, oh, you really want to know what our lives are like? Okay. And that begins the beginning of the show, so how I started connecting with people in that way.
You know, it seems to me that your phone wouldn't be so interesting if we weren't watching other people live their lives. You know, so why are we so enthralled with other people's, you know, Twitter or Instagram and not with our own lives?
Well, it's a good question, and it's funny because I went to this digital detox retreat because I was trying to figure out how do we find this balance.
For research, Dan, or for...
Were you forced in?
I went as research, but also, you know, I struggle. And it was an amazing mix of, you know, I get there and they say, you know, have a hug, and he says, other side so hearts can touch, you know. And so it's a mix of both that, but then it's also, there's a lot of tech folks who are saying, you know, this was the year I decided to say yes to everything. Ecstatic dancing, yes. Guatemala twice, yes. Digital detox, yes. Because every morning I wake up, and I look at my phone, it's like there's an email strand 5 strands deep. I'm like, what are people doing? And my mother's complaining about her back pain. It's like, I've invited all these people to bed with me. You know, so people are
nonstop.
It's nonstop, you know, and people at the end of it, everyone was like, hey, what's going on? And we all know when we're in that zone. And in the play, I call it open time, where everything goes away and you're just fully.
I love
so maybe just realize it.
I love it. You were back east, living in New York City, and you're home doing this, which is cool, right? You grew up here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
How's that? Just being here?
We're so happy to be back in the Bay. Yeah. We're in Oakland now, so I can come to your studio literally, you know,
every day.
Every day.
It's the Dan Hoyle segment, right?
But yeah, I love the Bay. You know, we hope it stays affordable for middle class folks and artists and teachers who are my friends.
Great point.
And we're hoping that those tech folks who maybe give some money to the arts as well. shout out.
There you go.
There you go.
Congratulations again. Each and Everything is playing tonight, right? This is starting
Yep.
through August 25th at the Marsh in Berkeley. We have ticket information for you on our website at ktv.com. Look for it in the web link section under the Mornings on 2 tab. You can also find it on the KTVU
Oh, you have
mobile
to
app.
use your phone to look it up.
You do.
It's okay.
I'm gonna have to bring my teenagers to your show. That I think they'll get a little something
They
out of
love it. Young people love it. There's 3 songs. There's a rap about being a phone zombie, R&B song, love song to the newspaper.
Nice.
Dan Hoyle, go see him. We'll be right back after the break.